Welcome back, Ham Radio New York, and all of you budding amateur radio operators and current operators. Hi, my name is Andrew Michael. I'm in 7RNQ. I've been a ham operator for about since 1991, so you do the math. That's a long time though. Today, I want to talk to you about three things. One, if you're looking into ham radio and you don't really know what type of ham radio you want, we're going to look at the different types. We're going to look at the hand-carried models, such as HTs. We'll look at the mobile models, such as Kenwoods, and we'll look at HF models, such as models that would be used for those of you that have a general class or higher. Now the reason that we want to look at these different types of models is because the HTs, such as this type of model, which is real popular, this is called a Baofeng. You can get these for right around 35 bucks. Now it's an amateur radio, so you have to have a license. The license is about $15, and depending upon how fast you can study, you might be able to get it done in a week's time, or maybe a couple weeks, or maybe just a weekend. So just look below, and I'll put a few links down there for websites that you can go to that'll help you with the education requirements. It's not very hard. It's pretty simple, actually. In fact, I got mine in 1991. So this little model is good. It puts out about 3 to 5 watts, and it's usually used for going and activating repeaters. This is real popular amongst non-amateur radio operators too, which, if you don't have a license, might be illegal. So check your local requirements. However, if you're up in the wilderness and you don't really have the ability to carry something really heavy with you and large, such as a mobile rig, then this is always good to have, because you can have this, and when your cellular phones don't work, this type of radio can get up and out with the signals and possibly hit a repeater. So these are always good to have. Next, we move to this Kenwood amateur radio, and this Kenwood is able to put out 50 watts plus. Some of them will put out 60 watts, and this is usually used in a car. So obviously this gets out a lot easier and can connect to repeaters. Of course, with this you're going to be limited to 2 meters and 70 centimeters. The same with your Baofeng, which is a UV5R V2. It does 2 meters and 70 centimeters as well. Now, why is that important? Because when you get your first license, you'll have what's called a no-tech license, which will allow you to have operating privileges on the 2 meter band and the 70 centimeter band. Now, some of the people with the new technology have started moving up to what's called a radtail, or a digital radio. This digital radio still functions in the 2 meter and the 70 centimeter band, but it does it with digital technology. Now, we'll get into that a little bit in one of my other videos. However, for some of us old-timers, we like just the analog signal frequencies, but these are great too. And these are also able to connect to nodes on the computer. So for those of you that are interested, this little radtail here, I think I spent initially like 90 bucks for it or something. It is great. It is excellent to have, and it makes for a fine little radio. Now, this is also an HT radio, and this is a GT5TP. Currently this does 2 meters, 70 centimeter. It's digital, and it is durable. It has a mil-spec rating on this. So if you're looking for something military quality, not saying it is military grade, but it does say it's mil-spec, then this is something you might want to consider. I think I picked up 2 of these at one time, and they were like 46 bucks each. These are really good. I don't recommend dropping them, but at the same time, I wouldn't worry about dropping it out in the field and possibly having it not work. These are excellent. So, now when you get to being an amateur radio operator and you have a need to do HF work, such as at the general class or higher, this is my dog Elvis. He came to visit me, by the way, so he's a budding ham operator himself. And this is my daughter Margaret. Margaret also likes to do ham radio. In fact, say hi to everybody. Turn over here.
Hi.
You say hi?
Hi.
What is this called?
I forgot. And I am Adria.
Ham radio. And what do we do with this?
We talk to people on
We
it.
talk to other ham radio operators on this. Thank you, Maggie, for coming and helping me do this today. I love you. Okay, now. Okay, well, you want to stay here in the
Yeah.
picture or you want to go over there?
I'll say here.
Go stay here. She wants to stay in the picture too. Okay, so now, you know what, you're going to have to stand right here though for me so we can show these nice people this radio. Now this is an HF radio made by Yaesu. It's an HF, VHF, UHF, all-mode transceiver. What does that mean? That means it's capable of operating at very low frequencies to very high frequencies. So, you go pet the dog? Okay. So, this radio is very important because when a grid goes down, the grid is your electrical grid, which means you have no power. So if you have no power to communicate, these little radios are not going to help you because there's no repeaters up. So, we use one of these radios, and this radio can be solar powered or battery powered as well. And it has the ability to operate at low frequencies. The lower the band, the more distance it will travel. So this is important. And this is popular with a bunch of amateur radio operators called DXers. The DXers are people that go out and they try and find signals that are in the low AM band and are able to pick up very weak signals and communicate. You might have seen a lot of this occurring in the recent disasters we've had with hurricanes, and a lot of ham radio operators have helped out in emergency communications. So there was a national call out by the ARRL, the American Radio Relay League, where they asked for the help and volunteers of amateur radio operators to go down to the Puerto Rico area and in the areas that have been affected by ham radio and help with the communications. And they did that because the electrical grid was out, so they needed people that knew how to do communications. So not only is it a wonderful hobby to get into, but it is a service that you are doing to give back to your community. So we highly recommend it. It is for all ages, from the very young to those that have experience and have been in it for many, many years. Now, I only have a technician license. I'm currently studying for my general license, so I'm limited to a very narrow band that I can even communicate on this Yaesu. But I'm very happy to have it in the shack, and we'll do more videos on this as time goes by. So, also, if you like any of this, stay tuned, look below, subscribe, like the video, and I put some links below to these radios and where you can get them from. Amazon.com has them, Walmart can probably help you out, Gigaparts is a good one to go to. So just go ahead and click below. I get some reimbursement from it, not a lot. I'm doing this basically because I love ham radio operation and being able to give back. Our family also loves animals and children, so we're very happy to be able to have this time to come into your homes and explain these different things to you. Now, I did want to show you, I do have this hooked up to one repeater, and I just want you to see that when we click on this button here, it keys up. There's the repeaters keying up. Now those repeaters are keying up, and I don't know if anybody is going to respond back, but in another video we will try and make contact, and I'll show you a little bit more how they work, okay? So today we talked about ham radio, the different types of radio that are available, and what your benefits are of using these different types of radios. So stay tuned. In my next video, we're going to go over the benefits of these. We'll go into these radios more in depth, and Leave us questions below and links, and tell us what your favorite ham radio stuff are, or any questions. So thank you very much for watching Ham Radio New York in 7R and Q, and we'll see you later.